straddles atop their
Oh,
parent
no!
and cuts their heart out.
Oh!
Today is the day of sacrifice.
Hey guys, Dennis Machina here. Thanks for hanging out. Today's reaction to the latest Creepypasta from Crypt TV. This is Kinderfanger, Sound of Death. But before we get into it, please go over and support Crypt TV. I'll leave a link to their channel, along with a link to the original video in the description below. Then you can go over and support my channel. It's very easy. Just go right below this video, get that like button, some love, and if you're new here, please click the subscribe button and notification bell because I put up new videos every single day, and every little bit of support helps. So without any further ado, thank you.
Have you ever watched someone killed, but
Nope.
weren't able to hear them scream?
Can't say I have.
I have. My brother Robbie and I both have. It had been weeks since the Kinderfanger had taken over our town. Using missing kids we had been searching for months beforehand, the Kinderfanger had hypnotized them somehow with its song.
Oh my.
The kids took over the town like flies to a rotting corpse.
So basically doing its bidding.
My brother and I were lucky. We'd been wearing headphones to listen to music and play video games when the incident took place.
Oh, so they didn't even know.
The only song I can hear now is my heart beating. It's amazing how quickly your small suburban heaven can become the closest thing to hell on earth you'll ever know. Robbie and I have survived the last few weeks by keeping our ears packed with cotton, tape, headphones, anything to make sure we can't hear a sound.
And that's also why they weren't, yeah.
Being teenagers, I'm not totally sure if I'm susceptible to the Kinderfanger's melody, but Robbie's still young enough. I'm sure it could get him.
Well, keep
Adults
on
aren't
listening to
able
that
hear
music.
its song. The parents that survived the takeover are held in houses, protected by the hypnotized children. Once a week, 2 parents are let out into an open area in the middle of the neighborhood. Then, the children hold them down as a single child straddles atop their parent and cuts their heart out.
Oh!
This day is the day of sacrifice. With the sacrifice of each parent,
Jesus.
the Kinderfanger grows stronger. Each act of annihilation making its hold on the children tighter.
So this is interesting. This is actually a monster that doesn't do any of the dirty work. He actually gets everybody else to do it for him.
My brother and I have been hiding in the woods in anticipation of our parents eventually being the sacrifice. We have laid traps throughout the woods so we can evade the children. We also fashioned clubs out of branches for weapons. We knew we couldn't save them all. Our parents were the only ones that mattered. Everyone else was expendable. The day of sacrifice had come. We packed our ears full of cotton, taping across it, and shoving headphones over them. I made sure to help my brother Robbie pack his ears. Being an older sister, you never quite imagine yourself being best friends with your preteen brother. When
Makes
we could
sense.
still hear,
I've never been best friends with my brother.
of our time was spent yelling at each other. In some twisted way, losing our freedom to hear has allowed us to listen to each other a lot more and made us better for it.
That's good.
I never would have survived for so long without Robbie.
It's good to have that bonding
I owed
with
him
your family.
everything. So I wasn't going to take any risks losing him. As night hit, the kids made their way to where the parents were held. The Kinderfanger was nowhere to be seen. The children formed a giant ring, all their eyes black voids staring ahead as they assembled themselves. Their lips moved as if singing a tune.
Oh my.
Suddenly, from the center of the circle,
That's
a
creepy.
fire of colors I had never known began to grow. And from this fire came the darkness, the destroyer, the Kinderfanger. Its body
dear.
a black
Oh,
cloud
dear.
of pestilence
I like
and
that artwork
nothingness,
though. Looks really
looming
nice.
over everything our eyes could see. Whatever light
That's
existed
badass.
was absorbed by it. Everything but the multicolored fire it birthed from. The Kinderfanger's bone fingertips raised its pipe to its lipless skull and played its devil's melody. The kids turned in the circle and proceeded in
How do you play it though? Because you would have to breathe air into it, and generally you have lips that go. Never mind.
toward a nearby house. From the house, our mom and dad emerged. It was everything I could do to not scream in a mixture of terror and happiness. I looked to Robbie. He nodded with silent agreement that this was our chance and we had to take it.
Sure do.
The kids brought our mom near the fire. The Kinderfanger continued its haunting tune as it smiled at the sacrifice beneath it. A young girl stood out from the crowd of children as she wielded a shiny knife.
Oh dear.
I could see our mother panic.
Oh no.
As the children laid her to the ground and held her in place.
Come on, save Mom. Save her.
She struggled as the girl sat upon her chest. The little girl raised the knife high in the air, holding it, waiting for the right beat in the music to take our mother's beating heart. This was our moment. But before I could even get to my feet, Robbie was already halfway there.
Oh.
He ran up on them,
Weren't they
yielding
supposed
his
to go together?
huge club, and as he came upon the crowd of children, he barreled through them, swinging it and smashing the little girl's head away like a softball.
Jesus.
She flew off our mom, her head spilling open like a flowing waterfall of skull and brain matter.
My God.
I remember in that moment looking directly at the Kinderfanger and seeing its eyes blaze. Robbie tried to get our mom up while I clubbed children out of the way to get to my father.
That's
As
good.
I made it to him and freed him from his tethered hands, I watched the children gather up and take hold of our mother.
Oh no!
Robbie did everything he could to hold on to her while batting them away,
Robbie!
but there were simply too many, and neither of us could take them all on.
Oh no!
And then, in a moment that seemed forever, I saw our mom let go of Robbie's hand. She didn't do it because she had to. She did it because she wanted us to escape.
She wanted to save
Robbie
them, the
screamed
ultimate
to grab
sacrifice.
his hand, but she refused. I locked eyes with my mother and saw her mouth to me,
Oh.
"I love you."
Oh!
And that's when I knew there was nothing else we could do but run.
Oh my God.
Robbie fought me at first as I pulled him away, but eventually he gave in and we took off with our dad. As we ran, I looked back to our mom. I wish I never had. The children had circled around her like a pack of dogs.
Oh no.
And as she watched us leave,
Oh no.
we beat her down to the ground.
Oh! Oh!
To the very moment she died, she never took her eyes off of me.
Poor
I
Mom.
suppose her knowing that her family got away was the only comfort she would take in dying.
And she wanted her daughter to be her last sight.
But we weren't free yet. A horde of other children were after us. The Kinderfanger had grown like a mushroom cloud around them, pushing them deeper into the woods after us as we tried to escape with our dad. Robbie and I had expected this to happen. We made sure our dad followed our steps exactly as we ran through the woods so that he wouldn't fall into any of the traps we set. One by one, the kids fell into false floors we dug in the dirt.
Good,
We ran
good.
so far and so fast, it felt like we had nearly made it. I looked behind me and couldn't see anyone or anything after us. We stopped in the darkness of the woods. I could finally look upon my dad's loving face. His eyes were moist with tears as he hugged me and held me tight.
Oh, what a great
All
moment.
I could do was cry. But where was Robbie?
Uh-oh.
I looked around in the darkness and couldn't see him. Then, something wet splashed against my face,
Oh.
like water falling from the leaves.
Did he run into one of the
I
traps?
reached my hand up to wipe it away, but it felt heavy and warm. It wasn't water. It was blood. I turned to where my dad was, and he had fallen to his knees, bleeding from his head. Just beyond him was Robbie, holding his club high above his head, ready to strike our dad down again.
Did he?
I howled for him to stop, and then I realized what had happened. Robbie's headphones were gone.
Oh no!
The cotton had been torn from one of his ears, a scratch lining his cheek.
Oh.
He must have run across a branch or fallen or, oh God, it didn't matter. It was too late. Robbie had beaten our dad's head in. I couldn't even decipher what was his face or the floor of the woods anymore. And then Robbie turned his eyes on me. But he didn't raise his club.
Oh.
Instead, he dropped it and jumped on top of me. He was trying to unplug my ears.
Oh,
I fought him with
no.
everything I had, my hands searching for a nearby rock, but I couldn't get him off. Above us, the Kinderfanger floated in through the tops of the trees as if it were always there. A smile broke across its stained teeth. I watched it raise its pipe once more,
Oh,
ready to
no.
make me one of its slaves. I cried out to Robbie to stop, but it was no use. He finally got a hold of my headphones and tore them off.
Oh.
Then he dug at my ears, scratching my lobes as he tore the tape and cotton away.
Oh.
Oh God, what was I gonna do? I could hear the first notes of the Kinderfanger's song. I stared in total fear at the picture above me of my brother's vacant eyes and the dark cloud holding over him, and knew in that moment what I had to do.
What?
The only thing I could do. I reached my hands out for anything I could. I finally found a rock and knocked Robbie out with it.
Oh.
In the same moment, before the rock could even hit the floor, I swooped up 2 twigs. And in one swift motion,
yeah, there it is.
Stabbed them into my eardrums.
Oh!
I could feel the warm blood drip from my ears like the last song I'd ever hear. I watched the Kinderfanger above me roar its rage as I laid there in the dirt.
Basically giving a big fuck you to him.
Everything I had was gone. My mother, my father, my brother. All I had left was my heartbeat to keep me company.
Oh, that's terrible.
I wish the incessant beating would stop. Please stop.
Wow. Damn. You know what? A lot of these creepypastas, they tend to rely more on scares. But this one just had the most incredible story about just sacrifice for the betterment of your family, and them trying to save the father and mother to ultimately end up losing both of them. It's pretty gut-wrenching, if I have to say so myself. But it was a really good story. I really enjoyed it. But what did you guys think? Please let me know down in the comment section below. And if you enjoy, please leave a like. Also, if you want to see past reactions that I've done, the other creepypastas, I got a nice playlist right up there full of videos for you. Share this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Ring the notification bell because I put up new videos every single day. And also feel free to follow all my socials that are right down here. And I'll see you guys next time.